Once you've navigated to photopea.com, you're going to click on File from the menus and choose New. Today's project will be located under the Screen Templates and is labeled as Full HD. This gives you the 1920 by 1080 HD resolution you're going to want to use. Every project we do needs to have a name. So we're going to call this our last name underscore first initial underscore clipping mask, because that is the project name. And we're going to hit create. From here, you'll be presented with your blank canvas. And the first step we want to do is give our canvas a background. I prefer to use a gradient, which on your toolbar on the left-hand side, you will see your gradient tool. And I'm going to click the white to black fade that's located on the top. And I'm going to change this to something a little more fun. So we're going to go from a neon green to like a bright blue. Once I have selected my colors, I hit OK. And I can click and drag my mouse in any direction to create that fade. The further away your mouse is, the softer your colors. The shorter your mouse is, the more dramatic. And you guys can see it will react depending on the direction I drag it in. So I think for today, I'm going to go from the bottom corner to the top corner and have this nice gentle fade. Next, I want to go ahead and add the text that's going to be required. I'm going to click on my type tool, which is the letter T on your toolbar. I'm going to go ahead and choose a font. When you choose your font, you want to choose something that has wide letters. Because we're going to be putting a texture on top of this, you don't want something that's too skinny. Day Poster Black is a good font. Distant Galaxy if you're a Star Wars fan. But you have all of these fonts. The downside is some of these are going to take a little bit to load depending on the speed of your internet. So I'm going to go with Fancy Pants. Once I've chosen my font, I know that for this assignment, I'm going to want a text size of around 220 pixels. So I'm going to type 220 into my font size. And I'm going to click on my image. Oh, there it goes. You guys see at the top of my screen it says loading. That means it's trying to go out and get that font from the internet and load it into the program. So it may take a few minutes. All right, as we can see, Fancy Pants is really taking too long. So I'm going to skip that one and I'm just going to go back to Distant Galaxy. Oh, and then of course now it just loaded Fancy Pants. We'll go to Distant Galaxy. You're going to do your name, first and last name. Then on the second line, you're going to enter in your graduating class. I graduated in 1996. You guys can see my text is off the screen. I'm just going to click and drag it over. And I'm going to hit the check mark on the top toolbar when I'm done. So now I have a faded background and I have some text, but it's kind of boring. So what you're going to do is you're going to go out onto the internet and you're going to search for some sort of pattern. It can be an animal pattern, a cheetah, a leopard, a zebra. You can look at ink splatters. You can look at neon lights, whatever you like. From there, you're going to go, once you've saved that image to your Chromebook or your Google Drive, you're going to go to File and choose Open in Place. This is going to open our image and put it on top of everything else. So I'm going to select Open in Place and navigate. I found a zebra pattern because I spent some time in Africa. So now I have my zebra pattern and I want to stretch it out by dragging this corner until it covers all of my text. And this is where the magic's going to happen. I'm going to click my check mark and you guys can see on my layer panel that my zebra pattern is directly above my text layer. There are two ways you can do this. You can right click on your pattern layer and choose Clipping Mask from the drop-down menu, or you can click on the layer menu at top and choose Clipping Mask. If you don't want to do a zebra pattern, you can download just about any sort of kind of graphics from the internet. Here's one that is some like spray paint ink bladder, and I can put that on top of my text as well. But the whole goal of this is to have some sort of a pattern or texture on your letters. That is the minimum requirement. If you want to take it one step further and make it look just a little bit better, you can click on your text layer, choose the layer styles, which says EFF at the bottom of your page, and you're going to add a drop shadow. And if you don't change any of the settings, you guys can see that now I have a little bit of a 3D effect. My text is starting to stand up off the page. From here, we would go to File, Export as JPEG. You would click that. Don't worry that it's zoomed in too much here. And you'll click Save. That's going to save the image and give you the option to save it to your Google Drive or to your Chromebook. And then you can turn that in through Google Classroom.